Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Tonight, I am so happy to be here with you to share with you something that have totally changed my life. So, in the last 5 years, I have been in a process of self-evaluation. I have been on a deep journey, really looking for things that could shift me from the reaction to action, from totally taking control of my life. So that it's not that about ceasing to have problems, because problems will always exist. Problems will always appear. We live in planet Earth, and problems are here all the time. We live in this planet of duality. We have fear, we have joy, we have sadness, then we have happiness, and we have pain, and then we have pleasure. So we have the men and we have women. So we live in this planet of duality. So this is part of life. What happens to me is that I have learned to overcome feelings that block the light out of my life, that blocks me from seeing love and from attracting love, from being in a space of love in life. And sometimes when we speak about love, it seems like very surreal, because we all experience love in the sense of when you look at a baby and you see the little being that's living, that you brought to the world or that you just met, or when you see a flower blooming and you feel like that sense of, oh my God, this is so beautiful. So we experience love in that sense. But what about experiencing love from inside, like not needing an external stimulus? Feeling love just because you feel love. You don't need to have anything that will bring that feeling to your life. So that's what I'm talking about. And really getting deep into self-love, self-appreciation, so that you can also have love and appreciation for others and for life and for everything that you're doing in your life. So feelings like doubt, insatisfaction, even anger, you think that those feelings are opposite of love. They are opposite of love, but really what they are, they derive from fear. All these feelings, if you feel like, oh, I'm unhappy today, or I'm depressed today, I'm frustrated today, I feel fearful or worried, or I feel perplexed, or I feel stuck. This is what I hear a lot lately from my clients. They feel stuck, like my life is not moving, I'm not going anywhere. All these feelings, they come from fear. The major thing is fear. So how can you recognize that you're going through fear, and how can you transform fear into love from inside out? So this is what I'm going to talk to you today. I will share with you 3 tips, 3 steps on how to overcome the fear that's coming to your life, the moment where you feel like stuck or overwhelmed, stressed, nervous. How can you get out of that? How can you get out of a criticism? Somebody just called you ugly. Just to have a very simple example. Oh, you are fat, or you are ugly, or I don't like you, or some other kind of discussion of disagreement that triggers some unpeaceful feelings inside of you. That's fear. Why? Because you feel unappreciated. You feel afraid that you're going to be left behind. You feel afraid that you're never good enough, beautiful enough, skin enough. You're never enough. So that is fear. So at my workshop, and I'm going to be teaching a workshop on this 25th of March in Tampa, in Florida. And I really want to spread this out, because I want to be open to do more workshops like that. Because at the workshops, we practice in group. And the magic that happens when we have group synergy with the dynamics that I facilitate is very powerful. So today I will give you these 3 steps that at the workshops we practice much more with the group, and many more other practices that will emphasize the importance of this training. and to bring this to your daily life so that you can really eliminate fear and be living in love and be living in peace. So here is what it is. When we are in fear, we trigger what I call the 4 F's, okay? We trigger fight, flight, freeze, or flock. So we either go to one of these 4. We experience one of these 4 elements. Fight, flight, freeze, or flock. So fight is when you want to just punch someone. You're just done with it. You just don't want to go even ahead on listening. You're so angry that you want to be aggressive. Maybe you're not going to punch someone, but you're going to be speaking up aggressively. And you're going to be coming out like you have a bomb on your arms. You want to explode. When you want to flight, it's like something happened that triggered something on you. You say, you know what? I want to move to Hawaii. Can I go to Mars? I mean, can I go as far away as I can? So you turn your back and you don't want to talk to the person again. Or you don't want to leave that situation again. So you want to quit. You want to run away. The other one is freeze. So you have no action. It's like you totally stop and you get frozen. Like you don't have an answer. You don't know what to do. You don't run. You don't fight. You just freeze. And the other one, which is the 4th one, is flock. Flock is when you grab the phone and you're going to talk to your friend or to your mother or to your whoever is close to you about what happened. You know what? They just did this to me. This just happened to me. It's impossible. I did nothing. Why is this happening to me? And you go on and on and on a snowball of conversations that have no end. Maybe you just vent. It's good to vent, but doesn't really have a solution for you. So only just like feeding into this fear or the anger aspect, which brings you ever more and even further away from love. Those 4 elements, which is fight, flight, freeze, or flock, is normal. We feel this because this is it comes from our sense of protection. It's our ego. Our ego wants always to protect us. We need to be safe. But when fear is genuine fear, legitimate fear, let's say you were being threatened by there's a tiger is going to attack you, or there's a robbery in the corner. So to feel afraid is a good thing when it is. So when you are supposed to be afraid, to protect you, right? But when fear is a product of your imagination or a product of your mind, or it's just you're overwhelmed with what was said, overwhelmed with the happening, and you kind of build stories in your mind that builds more fear. So this is like you have to shut this down. You have to transform this fear, because it's only going to grow, and you will feel powerless ever again. So how can we overcome that? How can we really look at the situations that come in our lives? And how can we be ready to change it and to show up with our truth and show up in love if they appear and we are like, what do I do now? What did they do this to me? What is this happening? So here it is. I'm going to share with you this practice. Now, observe this. It's a practice. So it's like a muscle. When you are working with your mind and your body, they are allies. So I often say that when your mind is stressed, use your body to heal your mind. So go for a walk, do some stretch, breathe in some air. When your body is exhausted and can't do anything, so use your mind. Go read a book, share some good thoughts, read something positive, listen to good music. So one helps another. You have to see, what do I need more? Does my body need help, or does my mind need help? See, we used to think for a long time that our body is only a taxi to carry our mind around. Or we only pay attention on our body when our bodies, we need to exercise. So we are seeing our bodies as as a thing, as the muscle to get strong. So it's a thing. Or we think of our bodies when we are making babies, or when we are sick. And then we look at our bodies. But our bodies hold so much more wisdom. We can trust on our body because it senses things. Our bodies, it can sense when something's wrong. In Middle East, they call the belly, that the belly is the heart. And they say to their kids, oh, my little livets. They call the kids the little livets because it's the little love. So love is sensed in the belly. So I don't know why they say that, and we don't. We use the heart as an organ for feeling, but they really use the belly. And recently in science, they found that there are neurons in our belly. In other words, that gut feeling that you feel, it's real. It's your body giving you a message. It's your body sensing something. So pay really close attention to that. So back to the practice. Practice is like a muscle. What I'm going to share with you here, you need to practice so that you get better and better. And I was able to, I was practicing this very often. Now I'm able to shift in the moment when I'm having a stress response. I'm able to shift now in 10 seconds. It takes me 10 seconds to shift from fear to love. For a while, it was taking me 70 seconds. I'm getting better and better. And I know it's going to take like a second or a minute to shift. And with you, as you begin to practice, you're probably going to say, wow, but that's a lot. I don't know how to do this. It's an exercise, and it's a practice, and you're going to be able to do this as fast as I can do, because I'm no better than you. Trust me. It took me a while, and it's just dedication. But once you get this, you're going to say, wow, my life has changed. So here it is. I want you to, when you feel a stress response, okay, there's a comment from someone, a criticism, or there is some thought in your mind, you're thinking something that worries you, that you can't sleep at night, you're thinking about something somebody said, or something that's going to happen in the future that's worrying you, whatever it is, you are living in fear. So first of all, you have to state the problem. When you go to the AA, which is the Alcoholic Anonymous meeting, they say the first thing you have to say to heal from drugs and alcohol is to state that you have a problem. You state, yes, I am a drug addict. Yes, I drink every day. I am an alcoholic. So the first step to heal is to state the problem. So I would like you to state your problem. The first step is to say, yes, I am afraid of this. Yes, I am fearing that. Yes, I'm angry about this, and this means I am away from love. And then state the situation, state the problem, leave it clear in your mind. So that's the first step. Recognize the problem. The second step is what I call detached awareness. Okay, once you know the problem, you know that this problem, this situation, triggers in your body some sensations. So let's say you're going to feel, some people feel like a lump on the throat. Other people may feel like the heart is quickened. Your hands may crunch up. Maybe you feel like a short breath, or sweat on your body, or you're frowning, like you're making, like you're tensing your body. Whatever it is that you feel, notice the feeling without labeling it. See, we learn to label our feelings. So we say, oh, I'm feeling afraid. Oh, I'm feeling angry. And sometimes none of this. It's something that you are feeling that hasn't been described. And because you don't have words, you just describe and you label it as something. Label it as fear or anger, but don't label it. It's just a sensation in your body. Get in touch with the sensation of your body and stay there and say, yes. After you state the problem, you're going to say, this problem is giving me a lump on my throat. I feel sweat all over my body, or my hands are crunching up. This is what makes me feel. So don't label it. So after you do these two steps, I want you to observe what happens. You are going to experience something like, almost like the problem is going away. It's an interesting feeling that I just don't want to describe because I want you to experience this. Just by these 2 steps, you will experience a sense of freedom. A sense of, oh my God, I don't need to be locked into this. I'm not locked into this. I have a freedom of choice. So it's like you got access to a powerful mechanism that is undescribable. So just these 2 steps. Now we're going to go to the 3rd step. This 3rd step is what I call center. You're going to center yourself. We're going to do this together right now. So I'd like you to breathe 3 times with me. So the first thing with centering is breathing. So we're going to inhale and exhale together. Just a simple breath. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, and then exhale. And then inhale, and then exhale. That's it. 3 breaths. After you have given these 3 breaths, I want you to look ahead. Look ahead of you. And as you look ahead, you're going to look to the furthest point that your eyes can reach. Further point. So if you are in a room that only has a wall in front of you, you're going to look to the wall. But to the furthest point you can reach with your eyes. If you are outside, or if you are able to reach for a window, go to a window and then look as far as your eyes can reach. If you are at the beach, you're going to look at the horizon, right there where the sky meets the water. Right? If you are in a golf course, that's amazing. That's going to be great. If you are on the plane, like most of the time I am, you're going to look on the aisle to the furthest point you can look in the aisle of the plane. Okay, then you're going to go expand your peripheral vision. I want you to put your hands, both hands, on the sides of your eyes and move it. And move it back until you can still see or notice it without looking at it. So that's your peripheral vision. So right now, you're seeing big. You expanded, right? I want you now to focus on your body. And imagine that your legs, so your legs has to be touching the floor, right? Your feet, touching the floor. It doesn't matter if you're seated or standing, but you're touching the floor. And when you're touching the floor, I want you to imagine that through your feet, it's growing roots. And these roots are going so deep to the center of the earth, like it's pulling you down, like gravity, pulling you down through your feet, like as if you're penetrating in the earth. At the same time, I want you to imagine that there is a rope on the top of your head that is stretching you up. So now you have what I call a dignified posture. So you feel big. You may have grown 1 inch taller. So there you are, feeling grounded and centered. And then now you're ready to speak up your truth, to react with love, to interact with love. And the magic secret about this is that the more you do this, because in the beginning it's going to be like, oh my God, how I'm going to remember to do all this when the stress comes. You're not. You're not going to remember it because the stress is too big. Situations are going to come that is going to overwhelm you. So you have to practice this before it comes. It's like preparing for a hurricane. I like to say that because we are in Florida, and we always have to know what to do when there is a hurricane. Maybe the hurricane will not show up, but in case it shows up, we know what to do. Like the soccer players, they know what to do when they have to do a penalty goal. You know, they don't do that all the time. Not every game they need to do penalty, but they have to practice for the penalty. So the same way I would like you to practice. So I recommend you practice 3 times a day doing this. Assess your body, feel the feelings, feel the sensations, do detached awareness, don't label it, and do the centering. And the more you do it, the quicker you're going to be able to do this. It takes me 10 seconds. No kidding. I do this in 10 seconds. Then when situation strikes you, somebody's making a criticism, you have to face a group of people because you have to talk to them. And then there's a fear in your belly, that little fear, sensation of that you're not going to be able to express yourself. Do this exercise before you go to the stage, before you have to talk to people. You will feel centered and self-assured. So this is like, I'll tell you, this is so powerful that I can't wait to hear from you what's going to happen in your life after this. Because what happens is, we live like as if we were in radio stations. Okay, so let's say, happy party station 98.3. You want to tune in? Tune in 98.3. You got to be there. If you're not tuning in, you're not going to be hearing that station. So if you're tuning into 2.50, then that's the fear station. That's where you're going to be. And so will be all the people that feel the same way. So the reason that you are having a lot of stress in your life, that you are meeting a lot of people, that you're receiving criticism, or that you are afraid of whatever, it's because you're tuning into the wrong station. So what I'm sharing with you here is to tune up to the right station, to be tuned to love. And all you have to do is to do that, to decide you are in love. So imagine like a black room, a room that's dark, and we are there. It's dark, and we're afraid. We don't know what's going to happen. It's dark. We can't see anything. Now imagine if you just light up a match. One match. That's what I'm asking you. It's one match. The dark room is not dark anymore. So it takes one match. So one little effort that you are going to do of this exercise that I'm sharing with you is like that. It's like lighting up a match in the middle of this dark room. And then after that, it's going to become, other people are going to light up another match. And when you see we have a flashlight, when you see the room that was dark is now light. And this is it. It's like you're going to live your life like you're carrying flowers on your hand. People will notice that. People will say, what happened to you? You're so glowing. You're so happy. What do you do? Nothing, because you are glowing of energy, of positive energy, because you're glowing from love, from inside out. When you are in fear, it's like carrying a bomb in your arms, like carrying a bomb. When you carry a bomb, everybody's going to want to be far away from you because you're going to explode anytime. And people can sense that. And that's why you are attracting those events, and you are attracting people that criticize you or being afraid of this and that or worry about your future, because you're holding into this bomb. So what I'm asking you is to let go of that bomb and embrace the flowers. Be there in the moment and practice exercise. You're going to be better and better every time. And when stress comes to you, you know, I am love. I can shift. I trust. I'm doing my exercise, and I'm going to be better and better. Every day I'm better. So here's what I had to share with you. I really hope you liked, and you have. I hope that I was clear about it, and I'd like to open now for questions, for comments. We have about I'm open 30 minutes from now to share and talk about it. So I'd like to know what you think.
I really enjoyed the conversation. Thank you so much for staying with us. And I would really like to meet with you.
Thank you so much. Adriana, né? Right?
No, Claudinha.
Claudinha. See if you can recognize the voice. That's good. How did you think?
Todo mundo fala português, né? Todo mundo fala português.
That's okay, but we're doing this in English because I recorded one in Portuguese before.
Right,
is that okay?
I'm so glad you shared that with me. And we'll get together soon.
Awesome. And I would also like to tell you guys that I would love to go to do the workshop that I'm doing in Tampa on the 25th. I can do it in other locations. I mean, it's really amazing.
You said March.
No, this one, July. Next week. I'm doing a workshop next week.
No, but you said on your speech, you said in March.
Really? I said March? Oh, my God. Let me fix it. It's July. Next week. Okay, sorry. But I'm going to do more, and I'm open to do it in other locations. We can talk about it. and all I need is 10 people. If you get together 10 people, I'm willing to travel to your location and do this and help other people. I really believe on this technique, and there's so much more to share. This is just the very tip of the iceberg.
I'm very thankful that you share with us.
Oh, thank you, Claudinha. So, everybody understood well the 3 steps? Any questions about that?
There were 4 steps, right? There are 4 F's.
Well, it's 3 steps. You feel the feelings, you have a detached awareness, and then you do the centering. So the centering, in a whole, there's more steps, but the centering is a whole thing. The centering is like when you imagine the tree, you have 3 branches growing into the earth, and then imagine there's somebody pulling your head up to the sky, and then you look as far as you can with expanded vision, peripheral vision, right? And that's centering. And then the breathing. So I put that on in 1 step, so that otherwise I had to do like 5, 7 steps. People would think, oh my gosh, now we're going to end this conference call.
Okay, you did a great job, honey.
Thank you, Claudinha. So anybody else wants to say anything?
Hi, Rosane. This is Adriana.
Adriana.
Thanks for the wonderful conversation. I had the opportunity also to attend the workshop. It was great. And I think one of the things I need to work more is my fear of public speaking. I think this is one of my biggest fears, and also I could relate to one of the examples that you're giving. I have the tendency of avoiding situations, so I freeze. So it's just I think I would like to know if there is any tip that you could give to me real quick. I know it's a long topic, but what is the best way to cope with this fear that I have of public speaking, and also avoid situations? Usually when I'm in a situation and I freeze, I just want to run away, and I know I need to work more on that, and it's a daily struggle for me. But I think attending your workshop that day was such a wake-up call, and I'm willing to change and work on that, on my daily basis and at work. Even with friendships, I have the tendency to freeze in situations that someone says something to me, and I don't have the answer right away. So I run away from situations. So it's a fear that I have as well.
Right. So you see, so the first thing, Adriana, is you're doing it already, is to recognize it. So you're recognizing that you have this fear. And then the second thing is, like, think about this. For years, you've been telling yourself stories that's bringing you to be paralyzed, frozen when you're exposed, when you're facing situations that you'd like to break through, but you can't, because for years and years and years, there's something in your mind that's there that's causing this. So it's basically a very core inner belief that something's going to happen, that you're not good enough, perhaps, or, that I don't know, the stories that you're telling yourself that we only through coaching we could dig into that and find out. Or you could also ask yourself, like, get a journaling, get a notebook, and start asking yourself, what am I really feeling this? What's causing this? So start questioning yourself and get answers. It's like talking to your ego, to your super ego. So why am I so afraid of people? Why do you think it's going to be wrong? And let yourself write back what is that you're feeling, so that you can recognize more and more where is that the ghosts that are there, because they're all ghosts. As when we say, like, oh, I can't do this. What I say, there's one time I used to say, oh, I can't do videos. If I do videos, what are they going to think of me? And I'm like, who are they? Who are they? Right?
Yeah,
they who?
They, exactly.
Who are they? Who they? They who? There's no they. They are the ghosts in my mind. Do you think I was going to think, what is Adriana going to think of me? What is Claudinha going to think of me? I didn't give names. It was they. So most of the time they're ghosts. They don't exist. So it's like we create that. And when you do this, it's a sign that you've been living in fear. And if you've been living in fear, you are away from love. So step more in love.
Yeah, I think I've been living in fear for so many years. Rosie.
Right.
I think that the day that I went to your workshop, it really made me realize, you know what, I was like, wow, I think I'm suffering from that for so many years, and I never had the chance to look at myself and really recognize, like, really know what's going on. Because you are so busy in your daily life, you are striving to do the best you can to live, to take care of your families, working, and school, and also living in a different country, you know. And I think there's so many things that you kind of not paying attention for the little things that start building up. And,
right.
And I really appreciate that day that your workshop was the best thing. And it's really helping me. I think I had a huge progress since that day.
This is awesome, and I think and what you're doing is amazing, because first you're recognizing, second you're kind of understanding and having compassion for yourself. So for so many years I've been in that space. For so many years I've been doing this. So recognizing this and knowing that now you're like willing to change and embracing help. Like just to be here now, listening to this conference call, and even though you're feeling afraid, you're doing it anyway, that shows me power. That shows me you're on the right path, and it's going to go away. So from now on, it's just really believing and tell yourself otherwise. I am courageous. And every day I am even more courageous. And I love speaking in front of people. I have so much to share. So in the beginning, when you repeat those sentences, they're going to look like, oh, no, I'm lying, right? Oh, okay, this is not true. It's going to look like you're doing this, but actually not. It's just like because you've been so far away from the truth that when the truth is coming back, it sounds like it's not truth. But this is just the truth. So believing this is the truth is a step. And just repeat it. And then, look for evidence. Why this is true? Okay, I am courageous. Why is this true? Well, I was in a workshop about fear. I just faced my fear of being with people. And then, I did that talk another day. It was just 5 minutes, but I talked. Wow. And then look for evidence that you are really becoming courageous, that you're getting better, When we get into fear and our minds of fear takes over, we start getting evidence of fear, which is, oh, look, they're looking at me. Oh, you see, that person must be talking about me. Oh, my God, I just spoke a word that's wrong. So it's to me, your focus is on me, doing wrong. It's like there's this little bad, evil little guy looking at you. Oh, see, you're really ugly, you're really horrible. Go hide yourself. So we call it the gremlin. So it's a whole, coaching helps a lot with this. I've been helping a lot of people with problems that they can just sort out, because it's difficult. It's more difficult when you are by yourself. It's possible. You have to do this inner work with journaling and stuff, but it's easier when you have a coach. So if you need me, I'm here. I'm available, and I'd like to help you. Really from the core. And if you want, you're welcome.
I appreciate that. Definitely.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you in a session. Let me know your schedule. I know you're very busy, and I would love to schedule one session with you, but at least once a month, and that you can talk and go over all these things.
Yeah, but just from today, you're already going to observe. You're going to observe some things occurring just from today. You will see. You're going to grow big. It's like you're going to feel an expansion on this. Just like as you felt when you did the workshop with me, the presentation. Now you're going to feel like even a little bigger.
Oh, I can always be excited. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, Adriana. Is there anybody here that would like to talk some more? Ask a question?
Claudinha, vou falar com você.
Ela que fala, Claudinha.
Então tá, beijo.
Tá bom, lindo. Beijo, tchau.
And não dá tchau pra mim assim, não.
Ah, não, desculpa. I saw you disconnecting.
No, let's get together.
Okay. Tell me.
No, we'll get together.
Okay, yes, of course. I'd love to. Let's do something in Miami. Yeah?
Okay.
So this conference will be...
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Obrigada. Thank you.
Available.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Beijo.
All right, so I think... anybody else here want to talk?
Yes.
Oh, tell me.
Kimberly. I just wanted to make a comment. I really liked the whole presentation that you said about stopping and observing one's reactions, basically, to a situation instead of just labeling it. You know, oh, what's that? Why did I feel this little twinge in my shoulder? Why did I tense up? And realizing that instead of reacting to it and, you know, getting angry, for example, if it's something that would normally make you mad, you would just observe the feeling and maybe say, oh, well, that's not something I need to react to, and or I'll think about it later, and you can kind of put it aside and put that feeling aside. So I really like that about your
yeah, that's great, Kimberly. Great comment. I love that. Yes, because most of the time we think that we have to react on the time, and we have to, you know, we have to be always active. And sometimes, a lot of times, being non-reactive and just like observant of what's going on is an action. It's just it's growing awareness. It's growing your. It's like expanding your spirit in all senses. So that's a great comment. It's totally true, and I love that you were able to participate. I love that. What a great comment. Thank you, Kimberly.
You're welcome. Love you.
I love you too. Anybody else would like to say anything or ask a question? Okay, so we're going to end this conference call. I thank you everybody for being here. And remember to carry your bouquet of flowers wherever you go. Don't pay attention on the bombs that people are bringing to you. Just leave it with them. Don't carry bombs. Embrace your flowers. Share your flowers to the world. And live in love. Live in love. Think in love. Breathe in love. Have self-love. Have loving things come into your life.
Come on, run
and that's my message for you today. Thank you so much.